Have you seen these Izemi Flake Pairing Inks and haven't been sure what to make of them? Well, I was super curious, so let me show you how quick and simple it was to create this gorgeous dark romance design as I try out these incredibly cool flakes for the first time. So this set was quite unexpected. It came out of some sampling that I was doing and checking out, and it had such a gorgeous, dark, romancy kind of vibe that I thought it would be perfect for Valentine's. So I just sketched out a very rough type of design idea just to work out how I'm going to set everything up. And I'm not 100% about my thumb yet or my center nail because I'm going in with these different stickers for my images and not quite sure how the black is going to look. So I'm going to start with the other nails first. Since I already kind of have these three planned out, that's where I'm going to start and see how they look. And then I'll decide on where to go from there. So I'm using quite a few different polishes today. I'll be using Yogurt Gel Syrup 08 from the Blossom Ending collection for a nude base on some of the nails. I'm using Rozyhip RM03, a magnetic gel from the Gemstone collection. I've got Signature DGEL DS233. This is from the Black Label collection. That's going to give me a black cat eye to work with. And then, of course, I've got my Flake Pairing Ink. This is from Izemi, and I've got a bunch of different stickers that I'm going to play with as well. So doing this on a set of press-ons, I've already filed and prepped my tips, and these two here, I'm going in with my base color. I'll be doing 2 coats of that. So I will be doing these two very similar. They're going to be same design style, just kind of like mirror images of each other. Now comes a fun part. It is time to marble. So I'm going to take my red cat eye and my black cat eye, and I'm going to put them down on a palette together so I can pick them up and mix them. Now I'm going to go in with a blooming gel over my nail, but you certainly don't have to. You could just put your marble straight down or put just a base coat down to help it spread a little bit. But I want to bloom this right out. And then I'm using an ombre brush, but anything will do the trick. Picking up my polish. So I'm going to leave that for a second to bloom out. And while I grab my magnet and play with some of that magnetic look. I decided to get a smaller magnet because I don't want the whole thing like really super magnetized. I want different parts if I can. So I want to be able to manipulate a little bit easier. Might even get my little tiny pen one. It might be easier than this. There, with this little pen, I can be more precise depending on where I want that magnet. It's almost like drawing it in there. That looks pretty cool. And then before I cure, the edges do tend to bubble out a bit because of that blooming layer down there. So I'm just going to touch the edge and try and get some of that excess polish away, just so I don't have bubbles on the edges, like a bump. You can always go and file that down after if you want, but this might prevent having to do that. Then I'll cure. And again, I've got my blooming layer down, and I'm going to go in and pick up my polish. And this time, I'm going to go from the top. Got my big magnet to bring up all that goodness. And then I'm just going to perfect what I want with my little pen. Gives it some really cool depth. I think that's wild. I'm going to cure that. Now I'm going to pull out my flakes, and you shake them really, really well. And then inside the bottle, just hold it up against the neck of it and pull it out, and you've got all kinds of beautiful flakies on it. And I'm just gonna touch these so fun and delicately where I want them on my nail. And it just like brightens it up, really cool. Okay, and then let that sit so that the fluid can evaporate. Now my next one's out of the lamp, and the same idea. I'm just gonna randomly hit it with those flakes. And I'm sticking to the dark areas because this flake has a dual shift, and if it goes on to the lighter colors, you're gonna see different colors coming out of it. You're gonna see the green and the blue. And I want to avoid that. I just want the gold and the kind of like pinky red colors coming out of it. So I keep it over top of the darker ones, and I avoid the nude base. Now that the solution from the flakes has had a chance to evaporate and they're dry, I'm just gonna go in with a couple of sticker accents. And once I'm happy with my placement, I'm just gonna press those down really well. Get them nice and stuck onto my nail so I don't have any lifting or bubbles. And then anytime you're working with stickers, it's always a really good idea to go over them just with a primer. It's gonna help that stick. It'll act like a double-sided sticky tape and help that sticker stay down and not lift. And then again, because we've got stickers on them, or a sticker on them, and the flakes, we want to go in with a base coat to seal all of that in really well before putting down our top coat. And that's going to help prevent lifting or chipping or anything like that between our layers and really secure it nicely. And then in with our top coat. And these ones are done. The next one I'm going to go in for is my pinky. And this one, I'm just hitting it with a solid red cat eye. I'm going to really bring up that glow as much as I can. So I've gone in with my little pen magnet, and I've really emphasized my edges. So you can see it looks like I have a glowing ring around it. And that's because the sticker that I'm going to put in is going to fill up the majority of the center. So this way it'll highlight the outsides. I'm going to cure that. So I'm going to go in with another sticker on this one. So wiping the inhibition layer first so that's not all slimy. And then going in with my sticker to lay down. And making sure to rub that nice and flat. I'm going to hit this one up with the tiniest bit of flakes as well, just in a couple little spots. So I've got it nice and flakied up. And lastly, I'm going to go in with a little dab of the red cat eye in the very center. Try and kind of build that up a little bit to be like a little gem kind of highlight in the center. And I just want it to be like jelly so that it stands out in the center. So this is my middle finger, and I'm going to do something similar as the pinky. Not quite the same though. I'm going to build that color up with another layer. Now I'm going to try a little something again with the blooming gel because I want some of that dark color in there too. And I'm just going to go in with my black and red again. I just want to lay down a bit of this black to, like, I don't know, darken it up a bit, make it a little moodier. There, I'm really liking the look of that. So a cure. And this one too, I'm going to hit in just a couple of spots with the flakes. Then I'm going to lay down this cool dagger and butterfly sticker. And here's why it's really important to wipe off your inhibition layer first. So you can see here, I'm trying to get my sticker to stay down, but because I forgot to wipe the inhibition layer, it won't stay very well. It's not sticking nice and snug because that inhibition layer is kind of slimy and it's not letting it stick very well. So it'll be just a matter of fighting with it to get it to lay nice and flat and stick, or else pulling it up and going in with a new one. All right, now that I got my other sticker up and wiped down my inhibition layer, you can see how my sticker is actually forming to the nail now instead of fighting against it and lifting up everywhere. Now I don't have any silver in my design so far, so I want to get rid of that silver from the butterfly. So I'm just going to go in with a little syrup. This is FS91 from the nail, and it's like a yellowy gold. And I'm just going to run it over the butterfly where it's silver, just to hide some of that silver coloring. But this is showing up quite yellow, so I'll do one more step before I'm finished. So I've just kind of flash cured that yellow syrup or glass gel over the butterfly. And now I'm going to go in with a second step. I've got a little bit of like a metallic gold here, but you can see it's very dense and opaque. So I don't want to use the whole thing because I still want to see those lines for the butterfly, but I want just enough that it brings out that like yellow gold color and makes it look a little more like the rest of the stickers. So I'm just going to be putting a little bit, having it like kind of fall into the cracks there. So there we are. I've highlighted that gold. There's no more silver looking. You can still see the veins in the butterfly, and it matches much closer and nicer now to the gold chrome stickers that we're using. For the thumb, I'm decided to basically go in and do somewhat of a replica of my middle finger. So I'm going to do my red magnetic base and then add some black magnetic marbling in. So I've gone in again with a blooming gel layer, and I'm just going to pick up some black and red on my ombre brush and black towards the outside again, just like I did with the middle finger. And I don't want to leave that to bloom too long because it will kind of blow out, which is not what I want. But I'm going to bring up that magnet and play with it a little bit. There we go. I'll cure that quick before it bleeds out too much. And now that that's cured, I'm going to go in and hit this with some of my flakes. Just patting around, just kind of distributing them. So I have just a little here and there, nothing too heavy. So the nice thing about this brush is when it's on a brush, it makes it really easy to lightly distribute, just a splash here and there, rather than picking up individual flakes or trying to deal with sponges and all that kind of stuff. So now I'll let this sit and dry up so that liquid can evaporate for a minute. And then I will go in with my stickers before putting my base layer down to seal it all in. These stickers are great. They're so incredibly thin, but that also means they're so incredibly delicate. So it makes them really tricky to work with. You gotta be so careful, so careful. Whew. These stickers are doing a number on my perfectionism. And it's really hard once they're touching, that's it. If you move them around, you're likely to rip them and wreck them and have to start over. So their placement has to be good enough. There's no mucking about with these, which is probably a good thing for me. So it's time for my base coat to go down there. So I'm really not loving how blobby my edges were kind of coming out due to my marbling. And that's because it like shifts pools of polish around, and so you do end up with a lot of like raised areas and that. So I decided, although I'm not having to do like a full encapsulation or anything, I've just put on another thick layer of a top gel, and I am just going to very softly just buff around my edges to give it a nicer, cleaner look and just smooth it out a little bit so it's not quite showing that lumpiness. And I'm not doing any major product removal in this. I'm just smoothing out some of my high spots, as you can see. Just a little high there. So I'm just taking it down a smidge, just so it doesn't make it look bulbous, and it smooths it all out nicely. Brings back that nice shape. Nice clean shape we want. Now that I'm much happier with my shape, I can go in with a nice thin top coat and gloss those back up. So what do you guys think? Did I pull these off okay? They're a little more cherry red than I was hoping. I was like hoping for more of a burgundy feel, but they picked up like a lot of bright cherry red. And it's interesting, the coloring really depends on, like it was all done with this one color from Rozyhip, but it really depends on how you layer it and how you bring up the magnet, how pink or burgundy the tones are. So that was fascinating. I do like how I managed to bring that butterfly in with all the gold. So I was really happy with that. And the black daggers, I mean, it worked out okay, I think, because I did put black into the other elements. It doesn't stand out like a sore thumb or anything. It blends in okay. So yeah, I think I could say I'm pretty happy with them. I really hope she likes them. And again, thanks so much for watching my videos, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that one. It was a lot of fun playing with the flakes and the stickers and trying everything out. And thank you so much, Sweetie Nail Supply, for providing me with these really cool Izemi Flake Pairing Inks. They were so much fun to play with, and they're so simple and beautiful to use. Of course, if you have any interest in these or anything else that I used today, just take a look down in the description and you'll find it below with links to Sweetie Nail Supply. Of course, you can always use my code LYN to save yourself some money. Happy shopping, guys. And as always, until next time, don't forget to love your nails. Bye.